Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher's Noob. Today I have with me Dead Guy.
What's up, guys?
And today we're continuing, still going on with our Superman Batman coverage. Today we are going over Torment, written by one of the main DC animated universe scribes, Alan Burnett, one of the
Oh
main
yeah.
guys who, with Dini and Bruce Timm, made Batman the animated series the way it was, and
Yo.
worked on so many of the other DC AU.
Yo.
And there's also artwork by Dustin Nguyen, very great artist as well. And this actually takes a lot of stuff. It picks up some plot threads from Loeb's run and mixes it in during the events of Countdown to Final Crisis, which in of itself was
Okay.
a pretty big train wreck.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't argue that.
Well, further, what do you think of this cover?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I was about to say the artwork looks very unique, and that'll catch my
Yep.
eye every time.
Yep. As we open up with Killer Croc is making his way
Croc.
up Luthor's building. And like only one shot can't mess this up. Damn. Goes in there, grabs some kryptonite, like there it is. Help me, God. Throws it out and jumps out there. I, I've got divers trawling the bottom, but he seems to have swum away with it. Gotham PD has been asking questions, but we've been able to stave them off so far, Mr. Luthor. Good. I want the situation contained, but do whatever is necessary to track down that freak. I want my property back at all costs. Forgive me, sir, but it would help us to know what the stolen property was for. You don't need to know. Trust me, Simmons, you're better off selectively ignorant, especially in your town. So you did it. I'm going to look it over. It better be intact. Jeez, the smell. What's there to look at? It's in one piece, ain't it? He's lucky I got it here at all. God, I can hardly breathe, making me sick. If he gets any closer, you're lucky, Croc. Not so much as a scratch. This mean I could go. I mean, I'm just saying that. You don't speak to. I speak to Scorkin. You don't look at Scorkin. You are feces slime, something to be wiped away. He's going to kill me. No! He's catching up. He can't swim faster than me. He can't.
No.
Meanwhile, Metropolis. Um, even a few weeks ago, if you told me I'd be sitting under the sun with old friends, relatively content with my life after all that went down back in Washington, I would have said, not this decade. But the fact that Lana and I are talking again and at low decibels has made a big difference. That's Pete Ross, by the way. I'm
Okay.
actually starting to feel hopeful again. You always were the problem solver, Pete. I would say you have me beat there, my friend. You know, Clark, of all the people I've met, and I've met just about everyone, and there is to meet, I think I admire you the most. And it's not just because you have a beautiful and talented wife, who, by the way, looks very hot today. Thank you. It's because despite all the responsibility you have and all the battles you've been through, nothing seems to shake you. Now, by this point, Pete knows the truth.
Okay, I figured.
Like, you're without a doubt the most stable person I know. Thanks, Pete. I don't know how you stand him. You're going to have to excuse me. Sorry. Problem? Let's just say things got a little less stable. Alfred, good to see you, sir. He's at the computer, of course. I thought you couldn't find any specs on it. I didn't. This is just security tape. It looks like a satellite, but who knows? Lucer's keeping it top secret. What's intriguing is when you zoom in on one of its arms. It's Kryptonian. Yes, just serial numbers, and several spots. None of them match. It's as if Luthor called this together from Kryptonian hardware. Oh, just one sec. All right. Uh, from Kryptonian, and he's been salvaged throughout the years, which means he might have been planning to use the device against you. So why is Croc after it? I don't think Croc's behind this at all. Loading a cup into an automatic is about as technical as Croc gets. Someone else is involved. I must say, there are certain sections of this town that have a charm of a crematorium. Not that my city would fare much better, but at least we dispose of our vermin. I just find it easier to operate where the authorities have pretty much given up hope. But now that Chakran has done his duty, I won't be here for long. The device will be transported tonight. Excellent. This is the programming you'll need once you set everything up. Ours is a bold endeavor, my boy, fraught with danger at every turn. Your involvement has been nothing short of crucial. I only wish I could be of more assistance. I can handle it. I know you can. You can. When I look at you, I see myself 30 years ago. That same brilliance and clarity of vision. We will change worlds, you and I. And for now,
Hmm.
I must be off. Duty calls, but I'll return soon to make sure all is going to plan. Going,
These two shady characters meeting in dark alleyways.
yep,
I do really like this artwork.
I know. It's a
It's
unique
very
style, isn't
eye-catching.
it? But then in the North Atlantic, Croc actually got caked in by a bunch of fish. I'm not being alarmist, Doctor. Just precautionary. For your safety's sake, you must strap him down. But you talking. He's dead, drowned, no pulse, no respiration. Um, tr- uh, 22.2 body temperature. Dead. You don't understand. Croc's physiology is reptilian. He has a three-chamber heart, permeable skin, vocal pumping to augment axial breathing, a proto-diaphragm for lung expansion. Excuse me, Doctor. I'm James Gordon with the Gotham PD. Perhaps I could speak with your captain. And what will he tell you? Dead is dead, Dr. Baleska. And blah, blah, blah. I flew out. I gotta say that was a surprisingly good Russian on my part. I did not expect to
That
come
was.
out so good.
I'm over here giggling. Yeah, that was.
Sometimes I get lucky with that. Sometimes I get lucky with my voices.
That was good. I was giggling. That's good.
Yep. I flew out as soon as Gordon told me. Uh, I knew at once Croc wasn't going to go down easy. Not at all. Blood in the eyes. Great. Croc was crazed, insane, lashing out. I'm not sure he knew where he was or who he was fighting. He's all rage. Desperate. Desperate rage. Not that it was helping me any. Had to stay focused. Had to stay conscious. I don't know what happened to him just then, and I wasn't asking. I'm going to need a sedative. For him. And roll down, buddy. Buzz! Metropolis, 14 miles. All day should be this. But yeah, it was then seeing Clark just
Hmm.
chilling out when all of a sudden something's going up. And it looks like kryptonite is coming out to the ground until, oh shit!
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
crap, right?
Oh. That left me a little speechless. That was an image.
Mm hmm. Oh, look at that alternate cover.
Oh man.
Less than 30 seconds ago, the Earth turned into Krypton, my adopted planet, the city I call home, a death trap. Where else could I take them? The streets were radiating kryptonite. I could feel it from up here. Clark? No, no, great row. Don't let this happen. And can't stand it.
Oh.
Lois. What? It turned out it was all a dream.
The dream trope. You got me.
Yep.
You got me.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, yeah, he just had a bad dream, and meanwhile, it was Croc. Not, and he ain't talking. He don't know what's going on. He was working with someone, but they still don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, Clark, he's getting bombarded. Something is pounding on him. He's getting all these different thoughts in him when he feels he needs to get up to the and get out. Meanwhile, humanity on the move. The march of the lemmings. They live their lives of routine patterns and repressive regulations to keep at bay the one thing that truly makes life come alive: pain. Pain highlights existence. Think of any vivid memory, and you will find it like a signpost. You're waiting until you find out who this is. It's the first thing you learn in life, and the last thing you know on that final stop. Pain, real pain, doesn't diminish life, it magnifies it. It is a sensation always to be savored. Look at her black pantsuit, bleached hair. It's practically a uniform in this city. And dear me, we have to fix that eyelash, don't we? Oh, we never saw that wrinkle before. Must look our best for the meeting at 10 or 2 or 3 or 4. Which reminds you, why hasn't your boss called? You handed him the report 3 days ago. You were up all night, for heaven's sake. Where's the acknowledgement, the simple professional courtesy? Men, even the boyfriend owes you a call. Ha! He owes you more than that, the stupid ass. When will he get off the fence? Where's he going to find someone better than you? Doesn't he realize the biological clock is ticking away? Tick, tick, tick. Now that should be now. What should become of this petty, precocious monotony of a life when the air around it begins to solidify? Uh-oh, hard to breathe, isn't it? Your chest feels so heavy. You think, maybe if I stand, and so you do. But there's no relief, is there, my dear? Shall we go all the way? Deet, 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 deet. And now you're trapped. Poor thing. You can't move, can't breathe, can't even shut those lovely eyes. You don't understand. And why can't I breathe? You think. Why can't I speak? Why can't I fall? Help me. Why is he not helping me? Can't he see my agony? Oh, I do. Your eyes screen it, and I'm entranced, waiting, yearning to witness that last singular moment of pain's unbearable release.
Whoa.
Sorry if the surroundings aren't an improvement over Gotham. Recruits? You might say I could be very persuasive in my way. You've been a busy boy. I've had the transmitter activate since 3 a.m., 12 hours and 14 minutes to be exact. I can feel the vibrations. As far as I can tell, it's broadcasting your programming faultlessly. Though it would be nice to actually see if it's having its desired effect. Have no doubt about that, John, my boy. The beauty of the cube is its ability to receive feedback to allow changes in the transmission sequence for further penetration. Once the cube tapped into Superman's primal fear, the effects was like a hole drilled into his psyche, a psyche that's being dismantled brainwave by brainwave even as I speak. If we're targeting a normal human, the effect would have taken seconds. But a mind like Superman, a harder nut to crack. Even so, he must be close to dysfunctional by now. So, and sure enough, he's freaking out. Something's going on. He doesn't know what.
Okay. Starting to make a little more sense now.
Yep, as he's freaking out, just running around and everything. And oh, you could definitely, yeah, freak out. Meanwhile, you have no right. I didn't break any laws. Ah, for God's sake, it's just a transmitter. It's interdimensional. It can transmit and receive signals anywhere in space-time. Most powerful transmitter ever built. That's why it has Kryptonian parts. I didn't build it for your buddy. Ah! You better watch yourself, freak. You're starting to become my favorite. I've returned, Clot. I doubt I'll need these anymore. You've been summoned, sir, several times, have I? Once this morning, twice this afternoon, an hour ago, as a matter of fact. His messenger seemed most anxious. His messenger is anxious because he is anxious. It's not an emotion he finds familiar, much less tolerable. Just that I do not appreciate being pestered. Desaad! That was Desaad the whole
Oh,
time!
okay.
What did you think about
Okay.
that? Now we get his character.
All right. That works. That works.
But what did you think about
I
it?
like
All
it.
that we just saw was this wormy guy.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Darkseid. Welcome. I'm so sorry for my delay in getting back to you, but it was imperative that I check our progress on Earth. Fortunately, my protege has everything well in hand. All is going wonderfully. Silence. This is not just another sadistic romp of yours, Desaad. You know how much I've invested. Rah! It was unthinkable. To humiliation, he'd kill us all. If he could. So sorry, Darkseid. It is far too dark in here. I've told Cloud he should. When will it be done? 1 hour. Too certainly before the night has ended in Metropolis. Trust me, my lord. Success is at hand. And he would have to trust me, because like it or not, we both knew that trust was all he had. Damn!
Oh
Meanwhile,
man, just
now this woman here, that's Becca. That is Orion's wife. And if you remember Justice League Gods and Monsters, that she was the Wonder Woman of that.
okay.
You ever see that movie?
Yeah, yeah, that does make sense. Okay.
Yep. Meanwhile, Metropolis, Superman is there, and well, there he is, John, and there's Scarecrow. That is Desaad's protege.
I figured. Oh, I
Yep.
figured.
And that was just the second issue.
I know this is really good. This is really good.
Greetings from Metropolis, muscle boy. We're gonna take a little walk. Fetch! Boom! Release! Aye! Amazing. He still has some defense mechanisms left. But that's not gonna be and that but not that that's going to be a problem. Stand him up straight, John. Virtually, I don't have to be exact. The spike will find its way. Superman will still be pliant, but now he can be given some directions. He sees me now, don't you, Superman? Once you were lost, and now you're found. It's as if he didn't know that he was and what he was doing and doing. All Pete did was pat my hand and he burned him. Clark looked surprised, mortified, even frightened. I've never seen him that way. He ran. I tried to stop him, but he was gone. He didn't even have his glasses on. And that was the last you saw of him. He hasn't answered, doesn't answer his, and he hasn't called, doesn't answer his cell. No one's heard from him. Believe me, I've called everyone. What's happened to him, Bruce? Scarecrow. Scarecrow? He's gone to Clark somehow. Do you know where to find him? What I don't know could fill this building. Ooh.
Ooh.
It didn't hold together. Jonathan Crane's expertise was biochemistry, not and physics. He was about toxins, not wavelengths. This case was about a radio transmission so sophisticated it could penetrate a Kryptonian mind. Who would be using it? Lucer said it could transmit insanity through space instantly through space-time. Was Lucer talking with someone in another world? Someone who hated Superman? Someone who realized he could use the transmitter to hurt him? That seemed to fit. I was ready to dismiss Scarecrow altogether when Gordon called. I just received video from the Metropolis Police Department. Thought you should see it. It's from one of their squad cars. A routine pullover at least that's how it started. I'm sending it to you at Satcom 7 right now. I put the Batwing on hover and pulled out a telecom viewer. The night before a cop pulled over a speeding truck heading to Metropolis. He gets to the driver door. Suddenly he's stricken. A heart attack, they said. But I know better. I'd seen this before. It's an attack of fear. Panic taken into the nth degree. With Scarecrow whispering to that poor man every torturous moment he suffered. A perfect little murder, even on videotape. Except now I've seen it, and it would be Scarecrow's first mistake. His second would be when he abandoned his truck in Metropolis. According to Gordon, Scarecrow left it at this corner. The police found it empty with no prints. They took it down to impound. But the truck isn't important as where Scarecrow left it. Oh.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I know. Jonathan Crane is the least physical of men. Lazy, really. Even his musculature is chemically enhanced. If he was moving the transmitter from this truck, he would have parked close to his destination. Of course, there's a chance he might have moved the transmitter to another part of the city and driven the empty truck here, but I don't think he would have thought that necessary. His business with Superman was going to happen quickly. Why go out of your way? I checked the closest building. Nothing. But then I found a subway station. It looked as if it had been locked for months, but someone had been through here within the last day or so. I followed the prints down a long service tunnel for about 20 minutes. That's when I smelled something. It smelled like Scarecrow. But there were other smells too. Cheap cologne, body odor, weed. Scarecrow's pets, morphed in my mind by his hallucinogenic gas. Funny, if I don't focus on them directly, I can see them for the dogs they really are. I finally found the transmitter. The whole setup is being dismantled. So where was Crane? Perceptive shifting. Gas. Who dares breach and Shrokin's lair? I know it has to be Crane. There's no doubt. But still, so Shrokin was Scarecrow the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
How can he have such strength, such power? How is it possible? Or am I imagining that too? You are nothing, Batman. Slime, bile, a filthy piece of extra. Shut up. Is there nothing that affects you anymore? Where is he? Where's Superman? I wish I could tell you what we've done with him. I truly do. But that would break a confidence. We're not leaving until you talk, and this is the only exit, Crane. I beg to differ. Damn him. A boom tube! I
Oh,
never make it through. Ha ha! Made it! Try to track me down now, you cretinous cape. The mother box! And Barda showed me how to use this, but should I? If I open the boob tube now, I might find more than Crane on the other end. The prudent thing to do would be to help involve the League, maybe New Genesis. That would be the prudent thing to do. He's gone. Did I wait too long? So yeah, he's obviously looking around, and yeah, he realizes, hold on, if I'm not on Apokolips, where the hell am I? He's on some type of weapon um, planetoid.
okay, I see. Almost like a
And
space
Clark flies
station.
right past him. He had to have seen me, but that didn't stop him. He was flying around that open area. I'd soon find out why. You know, many believe that Superman propels himself in flight, but it's my theory that the opposite is true. I think he bends space-time so he's actually being pulled. I've had enough of this horse show, Decide. Wave him down. Of course, my lord. I was just testing my control over him, all in preparation for our final task. We've controlled him before, Decide. He's always been able to break it. Not this time. Superman has no mind to come back to. There's nothing but static in that skull. Not one clear conscious thought. It's as if his synapses have been ripped apart. And trust me, Darkseid, it's irreversible. For all intents and purposes, the Superman you fought and raged against is dead. I didn't think, I didn't have time to think about it. And at least I could channel my fury. The Batman. Kill him! He was slow. The Sod's treatment has dulled him. But still, I couldn't dodge him forever. I need to strategize. Retool. Oh no. And
Uh-oh.
sternum's cracked, ribs too, bones broken through, skin, maybe a lung. Can hardly breathe. Have to focus, keep my wits. There's always a way out. A clever move, a piece of hardware, sheer will. But right now, I'm drawing a blank.
Uh-oh.
So what do you think of
Uh-oh.
that? So yeah, what do you think about the story going?
I'm really liking it a lot. So far, it's my favorite.
But of course, we're getting another Superman Batman fight. Ugh.
And now,
You gotta be honest.
another.
That's probably the one annoyance, wouldn't you say?
It becomes that. I mean, now, yes, but back then, no.
Oh, I know,
You
but the
know.
fact is, 3 times in this
Yes.
in this series,
Yeah, you have a point.
three
But I guess
times during Vengeance.
technically, like one or two of those didn't count, I guess. But
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. Vengeance counted. He was granted. He was possessed by Kryptonite Man, but still. And then the other time, and Batman was taken over by the Black Stone.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Now we're having
Yeah.
Superman taken over. And yeah, they're both being
Yep.
controlled, but still,
Still,
it's still them fighting each other. Like, really?
you'd think they'd figure out the whole mind control thing by now, but hey.
Yep. But yeah, basically, Braca shows up to help him. Of course, Superman can't seem to find him at all, so he takes off. I'm alive. I can't breathe. What the? Welcome back. You've not been out long. Maybe 3 hours your time. Where am I? You're on the dwarf planet Tartarus in one of its many underground laboratories. This one belonged to my father, the legendary Hyman. He built this planet, turned it into and from a heavenly body into a battleship when he worked for Desaad. Right now, it is gliding across the outermost ring of the cosmos, very near the source wall. My suit. Where did you put? Not yet. You need a few more minutes in the stasis bed. You were fatally injured, and your sternum is still healing. Though I must say, you're coming along nicely. I think we're getting rid of a few old scars, too. Her touch, the warmth, feels like a restorative itself. Thanks for saving me. It's an honor to to rescue the only Earthborn mortal to whoever dared to fight Darkseid hand to hand and get the better of him. How do you know about that? Maybe I was there, watching. Who are you? Becca, born of Apokolips, but I live on New Genesis now. Becca, you're Orion's wife. Yes. Unfortunately, he is not here to help, nor will he be. After they discovered you were here, Darkseid placed a shield over Tartarus to keep boom tubes from reaching it. No one gets in, and no one gets out. What are they doing? What's going on? There'll be time for talk later. I need to get some weapons. We're not going to be here for long. Lie still. The less you move, the quicker you'll heal. I was sorry to see her go. I had a lot of questions, but that wasn't the only reason. Tell me about Becca just making me go fall for her. That's the thing. It's
Yeah,
like a pheromones thing or whatever. But so he's falling for her fast, but that's kind of the point.
right.
I'm a fool to
That's
think I can make this work. He'll be trouble, an absolute impediment. I know that now. I should have left him to die. The mission's already too complicated. I should leave right now, say nothing and just go. Let him fend for himself. He was reckless enough to come here alone. Let him face the consequences. Parademons have begun scurrying this sector. It won't be long before they find him. He might be able to handle it, at least the first wave, but he has cheated death once already. Luck is not on his side. Damn the fates. Oh, my adored, my strength, in what galaxy do you fight tonight? Wherever it is, whatever battle you endure could not be more chaotic than the struggles in my heart. Why do you abandon me time and again? Do you feel you become someone else with me? Someone you don't understand? Is that why you leave, even knowing how helpless I am without you? He is so much like you, my adored, a dark, ravished soul. He is, and wounds me terribly. I know not what will become of this, except I am losing myself already. You have been away too long. May the source give me strength. So she's falling for him because Batman reminds her of Orion.
okay.
We move now. We've traveled further. So yeah, so basically they're traveling along until yeah, basically he wants to know what happened. And even saying, I'm tired of being 10 steps behind everyone else. If you may have noticed, I have a friend upstairs who's been driven out of his mind, and they did it to him. And I need to know how to bring him back now. I'm sorry. No, Batman. I'm the one who's sorry. Your friend Superman, he's not salvageable. The damage to his brain is irreparable. I refuse to believe that. Darkseid's brainwashed before and has brainwashed before. Superman's still alive. There's still hope. Trust me, I know what they've done. Nothing less than a miracle can bring him back, and miracles are in short supply on Tartarus. Why? Why'd they do it? To get him out of the way? To use him as a weapon? No, it's more complicated than that. They need Superman to save Darkseid. It was only a year ago that Darkseid was stuck in the Source Wall, having been cast there by Superman after a battle that rocked our entire star system. Of course, later, Superman would be forced to free him in a deal that must have been as galling for the Man of Steel as it was degrading for Darkseid. When Darkseid returned to Apokolips, everyone thought that this one supreme and now supremely humiliated god would put into play a diabolical scheme to regain his sullied stature. The last thing anyone expected was that he would do nothing. I decided to spy on my hated father in law, certain that he must be up to something. Surely Darkseid had not given up on his warlike ways, but every day seemed to confirm that he had. I should have known better. Desaad did, and he could always sense turmoil in others, and Darkseid was festering with it. Desaad soon discovered why. And Darkseid had lost his Omega powers. He could barely manifest them. Somehow, while he was stuck in the Source Wall, the Source had drained him. At the same time, Desaad made an equally astonishing discovery in his lab. Desaad had located Highfather's staff in the Source Wall. This was a monumental achievement, like pinpointing a strand of quantum string in the Milky Way. When Highfather was alive, his staff made him practically invincible. It was an instrument of unimaginable power, that's because it was made from the source itself. Only Highfather, who spent a lifetime studying the mysteries of the source, understood how to use it. They say others who dared to even touch the staff were destroyed instantly. So when Highfather died, the staff mysteriously disappeared. Some fear it had fallen into the wrong hands, but most believe it had simply returned home. back to the source fall from which it came. And now Desaad had found it, and he realized how it could be the means to bring back Darkseid's Omega power. And so Desaad presented a plan to Darkseid. Desaad would obtain the staff and get back Darkseid's power in return for his own galaxy to rule. Surely the great and mighty almighty Darkseid could spare a galaxy. It was a gutsy proposal, because just admitting to Darkseid that he knew he was impotent might have cost Desaad his life on the spot. And so a deal was struck. They would operate from Tartarus to keep things quiet. However, knowing where to find the staff is one thing. Retrieving it is another. That's why Superman was needed. By the time I realized what they were doing to him, it was too late. I'm sorry I couldn't save him. Still a chance that I can keep the staff out of Desaad's clutches. You're not alone in this, Becca. I'll do whatever I can to help. What do you think, so? See what I meant? How this tied in?
Yeah, this is great. This is absolutely great.
You can best help by not helping at all. It's no good for us to work together, Batman. I think you're beginning to understand that. I was, just as I knew that I touched her more for my sake than hers. I'm sorry. The less we interact, the better. Come, we still have a ways to go. You imbecile! How could you leave Batman here, especially at this critical moment? All you had to do was clean up the evidence back on Earth. That's all I requested. Janitorial service! Is that all? Let me remind you, Desaad, I was the one who got the transmitter. I was the one who delivered Superman. I was the one who had to deal with the two biggest guns on Earth while you were planet hopping like a gleeful twit. You're going to pay for this, swine. If you think I'm going to be your fall guy, think again. You know, John, until this moment, I had engaged the canaverous depths of your stupidity. You think your motor miss can affect a god from Apokolips? Ah! And would you like him, Clot? Oh, yes. Clot's a growing boy, John. He needs to tease. Ah! Don't worry, John. The bites won't kill you. At least not this round. What Clot really savors is the scabs that follow. Desaad. Hmm.
I just gagged in my mouth. I just gagged in my mouth. That
There's the sorry explanation for Batman's president, Darkseid. He allowed Batman to follow him here. This will be the last time I put my face at a human. This ragman is your protege? No longer, sire. I made him Clot's chew toy. I swear by the sons of Kanakis, Darkseid, you are more pathetic than the weakest drug-addicted wormgrot in the galaxy. The fact that our fates should be joined together is the joke of the cosmos. But sire, the parademons can't find him, Desaad. I don't understand. They found Batman's mother box. He couldn't have left Tartarus without it, and he was all alone. The parademon said, wait, perhaps Superman destroyed him after all, burnt him to ash, and blew him to the winds. It is possible. It is also possible that Batman is 10 times as clever as you and my army put together. We wait no longer, Desaad. He goes now! So yeah, basically, yeah, Batman's feeling this. They're both feeling the strong desire for each other. Soon, then they fight off with the parademons, and then we find out that her thing is the phase between it, and yeah, they are just both feeling this intoxicating connection between them.
that's nice.
Of course, Batman's really kind of being like, because of her, because of Becca, my beautiful, beautiful Becca. God help me. Okay, this feels a little forced.
Yeah, that's probably her thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but even she's falling for it, so
Oh.
that's where the problem is. They're both falling for it. Oh, my adored, will they ever go away? I was half hoping one of them would find us and half fearing I would do something to let them. It's as if their presence was my last thread to sanity. No, I can't be left alone with her. I cannot. So at least he's acknowledging that there's something about this. I've only known her for a few hours, yet I feel the ardor of a lifetime. It's beyond all reason. Okay, so at least they're acknowledging it. I'm like Perseus
Right.
in Medusa's chamber. If I glance at her, I'll be overwhelmed. Becca, you have to tell me what's going on. I am a god, Batman, and like all gods in this universe, I am defined by a power or obsession. In my case, some might call it an affliction. For Darkseid, it's a yearning for ultimate control. For Desaad, it's an addiction to pain. For me, it's the creation of desire, both physical and emotion. I draw it from others, like a siren's call, except I am equally affected. I can't control it. I can't explain it. Just is. It happens most strongly with men who have denied themselves love. Like my adored husband Orion, I was the only one who was able to break through his warrior's heart. My love and his fed on each other until he finally surrendered. I haven't felt a heart as hardened as his until I met you. We are perfect complements, Batman. That's why the pull is so strong. How do we stop it? There's only one way: consummation. That can't happen. It's out of the question. There's methods to silence the mind and center the will. You have to try, Becca. We have to. And then I realize she's gone. She left me, my Becca. It begins, Darkseid. In order for Superman to locate Highfather's staff, I have to imprint a map in his mind. The trouble is the universe is always shifting, so the coordinates for any single spot on the source wall are in constant flux. Superman will have to calculate these shifts even as he flies there. Then the trick will be to not end up trapped like the others. But so basically, yeah, he's flying in there to get it. Soon he does find it and pulls it out. How much longer? Look to the east, sire. Behold, the instrument of your resurrection. Ha! It sings with power. The moment has come, Desaad. You said you could restore my Omega powers with the staff. Let's get on with it. With all due respect, sire, it would behoove me to test my control of the staff first. Fortunately, I have a wonderful exercise in mind. We have to get rid of him sooner or later. I say we use the staff to do it sooner. I, I
Oh.
must be close to the surface. Foot traffic is everywhere here. I can't even make out Becca's prints anymore. What is that? What are you going to do? Stay away from me! Oh God, I beg you! It's just an ointment, Scarecrow, to help you heal faster. You'll feel a slight sting. Ah! Yes, kill him! Kill the little creature! He wanted to eat my scabs! Oh God, step on him! Crush him! Look what he did! Look at me! He told me his scab farm! Kill him! You've got your problems. I got mine. Where's Superman? By the ancient gods of Soldar, feast your eyes, Darkseid. It's the boom tube to end them all. Now, Superman, go! Where are you sending him? Beyond the beginning and the end, sire. Beyond the mystery that surrounds us all. Beyond the wall. Into the source itself. It is finished. If only Superman were aware of his fate. Flesh and blood trapped behind the source wall. Buried alive for eternity. Keep smiling, dog. Chum! Desaad? Chum! The hell? No. By the
Oh.
faith, has Batman become alive again? No. It's Becca, my ubiquitous daughter-in-law. She's playing her hiding games again. Let's see her hide from this. Desaad's funneling and super chilled air from the upper atmosphere. He'll freeze everything and everyone to ensure I'm dead. Oh, geez. Of course, Batman comes and saves her. At first, I try to remember, when did I fall asleep? And where? And then I realize I can hear nothing. No traffic, no voices, not even room noises. It was still as the vacuum of space. Then it occurred to me, I can think again. Where am I? It looks familiar. Don't worry, honey. You'll sort it out. Lois, thank God. I've been looking up for all over for you. Clark, we have visitors. Batman? And now you know me. I've been having a hell of a time trying to get to you, Clark. I think I hit you. You did. Broken sternum, cracked ribs, and a punctured lung. Actually, you were holding back. Why would I want to hurt you? Decide. He's back there somewhere. You'll see him soon enough. Trust me, it'll come back to you. Glad you're feeling better. Hey, get Lois in here, Olsen. Have him grab her again. Let's sell some papers for God's sake. I told you I'll dance on your grave. I'm not dead yet, loser. You hope. Even in a hospital gown, he looks yummy. And does it hurt? Me hope you die. I'm a cat person myself. Yip, yip. That's right, Superman. The Metalman. Told you he wouldn't recognize us. Sure he does. Listen, listen. I have nothing to do with it, and with this. This time, it's all coming from you, Soups. Are you gonna eat all those? Zero, Batman. Yes, I vaguely recall that. Good, because now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. And Clark, not much more to go. Remember me? I'm the first guy who ever saw you in Metropolis. Name's Rick. Rick Radomski. Radomski Hardware. Boy, you sure gave me the willies. The guy with his head like from the
Hmm.
cover. See?
What's going on?
From Action Comics. Oh, you'll get to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I remember you. I remember all of you. It was a dream. No, it was your life. Hi, Father. You should be proud, Superman. It was a hero's life, one of love and loyalty, with foes worth fighting and people worth fighting for. And now, my friend, it's over.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right. You are inside the source, Superman. I'm sure you must realize by now, being the beneficiary of its healing powers. You are also a paradox, my friend, a living thing in the afterlife. It's hard to fathom. Only the source could have brought you here. But how? Why? I should know, being part of my staff. It's been found by the sod, that obscene demon. So many of us bring memories of him, especially the tortured. Their nightmares are stains, and are stains the source forever cleanses. And still, there are always new souls, new horrors. Now he has my staff. It's a trespass against the heavens. I can stop him. Whatever control he had over me is gone. I just have to get back. There is no return from the source, Superman. There must be. Look for yourself. There's no end to it. Basically, it's saying one, the source healed his mind, but
Hmm.
now he's stuck in there.
Yeah, I remember hearing about this. I remember hearing about him being stuck in the source. So yeah, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so Batman's trying to help Becca and trying to help heat her, heal her and heat her up with hot water. Of course, now he's all fighting against these feelings. And, against even saying like, actually, I'll just start. Oh, she has to live. Please, God. The cape has a heating filament. Her skin still has color. I know she's coming back. I can feel her paw. The paw I have denied myself all my life. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even human anymore. Sex, love, even the slightest yearning, I've repressed and rechanneled to the almighty will. How perverse it feels in her presence. Every relationship has with a charade or some reluctant excursion I knew would never complete. Vicky, Silver, Talia, Selena, she would last the longest only because she was safe. She was the enemy. She would always be the enemy. My criterion for a relationship. So many women, all those pretty party girls, their sweet smiles and simple hopes. But once the photo op was over, so were they. Back in the limo, back to wherever they came from. I'm sure they wondered what went wrong. Was it something I said? Did I come on too strong, too clingy? Never knowing they stood a better chance with freeze. No love, no family, no real intimacy, no living oneself in self in someone else. Not in this life. The day I put this on was the end of me. Gotham would be safe, but there would be no rescue for Bruce Wayne. This life! No,
Wow.
Becca, stay back. My adored, please, we can't. And they do.
Of course they do.
And then I feel it. Vibration. I can see it in the water. I know at once where it's coming from. High Father's staff. Behold, Darkseid, the fire of redemption, a rift to the Omega realm. It is the energy at the center of all destruction, my lord. With the staff's power, I can draw it out and channel it into you. You'll be mightier than ever, a true immortal. You have my everlasting gratitude, Decide. You hear that, Jonathan? Gratitude from a god. It could have been yours as well. Decide, please. I told you, you would rule worlds together, and we'd rule worlds together. All you had to do was be competent and saying that and saving that loyal, but you are nicer, and so you end up as scabs in Claude's snack jar. Enough, Desaad. Begin the process. The sooner I'm empowered, the sooner you will have your galaxy. Oh, my dear Darkseid, I will have more than that. I will have it all! Rah! Yes, my
Of,
lord, the
of
sun is
course he
finally
did.
set on your monstrous ego. A new day is at dawn and for Apokolips. A new king! Yet, you're not dead, and no, you're not dead yet. As long as you stay where you are, a moment such as this demands witnesses. I not only take your place, Darkseid, I become you! By the fates, how easily the staff draws the energy, this sensation, this surge. It overwhelms. Every vein, every corpuscle feels like fire and ice. It is as if the universe is torn asunder to my eyes. I am moving beyond it, deeper into a void now, so bleak, so chilling, the emptiness is exquisite. Wait, there's something else. No, someone. For a moment, I cannot move, transfixed by a vision that both lures and repulses. And then it sweeps over me like a cold flood, casting all my senses into darkness, as if I entered a doorway to death. I can bear it no more. Ah! It is a vision so hideous as to blind me from this world. Get out! Go away! The staff. It is to me my only deliverance. By the face, where is it? Ah! You don't obtain Omega powers without seeing that against which all horrors pale, Darkseid. I am the only one. You're nothing but a pretender. And now, my conduit. Ugh! So, in other
Oh,
words, he failed.
he fucked up.
Yep. So yeah, so they basically are heading out there. They're ready to go and help Superman. Yes, holding hands. It was the staff, my lord. I swear, it must have cast a spell. It's the only explanation. I could not help myself. But despite that regrettable lapse, my plan worked. Your powers have been rekindled, have they not? And for that, I will show pity. Boom! Becca! I'm back for another visit, father-in-law. Ah! And Becca has given me her phaser. I have only one shot to get the staff. Ah! What the? Clark! And hold on, I'm coming. He's flying straight at me, and fast too, but moving inches at a time. Is space expanding between us? I feel as if I'm standing still. But am I? The strain is unbearable. Every muscle feels wrench as if a current is running through me. I feel as I've been holding onto the staff for hours. Stay with me, Bruce. Closer, closer, almost. Yes! And Batman! Where's the staff? I had it. It went somewhere. No, you've been here. The staff vanished. What a sight, fine sight for Orion. Once again, his willful wife finds a distraction. A human this time. Strange, in all these years, that your powers never touched me, Becca. You would have enjoyed that perversity, wouldn't you, father-in-law? But how do you draw feelings from a glacier? There's nothing in you to touch. You have no capacity for love. You are death. No, daughter-in-law. I only bring death. Not this time. Not ever. You. And thought he was so clever. You're finished, Darkseid. This time it's back to the wall for good. The wall will never have me again. Nothing will. Are you okay? As long as you're on my side again. Now what? An earthquake? It's the hole in the source wall. It's pulling this planet towards it. By the gods, it's the end of everything. And so the planet Tartarus, built for the glory of war, becomes its own memorial. Fills in the hole, in other words. Fortunately, we left before the cataclysm. With Tartarus' shields disrupted, Becca was able to activate her boom tube again. I don't think the park has ever looked better. I'll take Crane to the police infirmary. See you in a bit. Do we wait for him? When she was the only one who could heal the damage I had done. The only one who could rescue Bruce Wayne. No, my love. Orion! He must have located me through my mother box. I had lost contact with him when Darkseid had the shields up on Tartarus. Forgive me, my adored. I'm so sorry. She spoke with him for a few minutes. I couldn't hear what she was saying. But if she had anything to say about us, he seemed to forgive her. I'm not sure how he felt about me. So he's come to take her home. Lucky man, that Orion. Yes, a lucky man. I don't know how to thank you, Bruce. I don't think you realize what you saved me from. I was facing a lifetime in oblivion. I had such a feeling of despair. Hey, are you all right? Go home, Clark. Lois is worried about you. Another day. Basically, they're in super down on. There must be some way to tie you down. I hear the Amazon lariat can be quite effective. Forgive me. Forgive me, Becca. Try and think of a good voice. Forgive me, Becca, but the world's been in a tumult since since last we were together. Graven, Sleaze, dead, and now Darkseid and Darkseid seemingly out of the picture. A trip to Apokolips is in short order. Calibok may be a dolt, but even he'll understand how power can shift against him without our father. The trick is to get to him before Granny and the others get wind. Otherwise, I fear more blood would be spilt. And I'll be back soon, my love. I promise I never meant to leave you for so long. If something did pass between you and him, I blame myself. Now, please, don't speak of it. Just come home. As long as he returns, all will be right. Thoughts of Batman will pass. They must. Wait! Someone's here! Who? Nah! So began
Hmm.
the end. In Countdown, the new gods were all being wiped out. So Becca was just killed.
Okay.
And that was
Oh,
the end.
oh no.
But what
That's a
did you
hell of a
think of
cliffhanger.
that?
That was
Well, that's a
fantastic.
cliffhanger, and yet it's meant to continue on with Countdown and Deaths of the New Gods.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
I,
one shot to go over. Dan Abbott, Andy Lanning, and Mike McCone.
ooh, okay.
I hate surprises. Mr. Wayne, we have a situation down here in the accelerator chamber. Wayne Tech and Star Labs have been working in partnership to build the orbiter. Its objective? To harness dark matter particles as a source of clean, renewable energy for mankind. In order to manage the immense data flow, I asked Clark for permission to borrow a Kryptonian processor. The crystalline processor links the orbiter directly to the Fortress of Solitude's main core. With Kryptonian and hyperprocessing running the experiment, an accelerator accident should not have been possible. John Henry, Professor Kale, what happened? I don't know, Bruce. The accelerator charge just spiked clean off the scale. You know, and but but the safeguards should have cut it automatically. I'm reading multiple chamber breaching along the main ring. Roberts, and that feedback came off the Kryptonian processor. My niece would have a couple of stronger words for that, gentleman, but it seriously hit the fan. Uh, we need immediate shutdown protocols now, perhaps and prepare for a personnel evacuation. And hell no! Ferp, clear the control deck.
Whoa.
That means you too, Bruce. Go. But John, no arguments. Clark was concerned that something might go wrong. That Bruce Wayne wouldn't be needed. That it would be a job for Superman. So he's been disguised as Clark, as Bruce. And the long
Okay.
list of things I hate is when Clark is right. Uh, and days like this, I almost regret retiring my old steel armor. But this wrench is going to have to do instead of my hammer. Destroy. Ah! John Henry, make sure everyone is safe. I'll handle this. Where'd you come from? Oh, never mind. I should know better. Something or someone has taken control of the dark matter. And I can only think of one person with a warped enough sense of humor that would use these titans as a threat. Destroy Superman. And that's not good. The evacuation order has been given. And Linders, where the hell are you going? I'll be right there. Don't worry. Ugh, physical attacking aren't doing anything. Let's try something more energetic. Linders, what's wrong with you? Stay away from the processor. Didn't you see what it did to Roberts? Okay, and they didn't like that. The blast of my heat vision seemed to hurt them, but they recovered fast. A little mix and match then to keep them reeling. Brute force. Linders, you idiot! What are you doing? Followed by X-rays. Wait a minute. What's that inside the dark matter structure? Rah! Some kind of projector. Gotta grab one and crush it. It worked. Aqualad just dissipated. They're not dark matter at all. They're some kind of holograms. Made it look like the dark matter effects. More light tricks. That settles it. I know exactly who's behind this. I just pray I'm not too late to do something about it. Fortress of Solitude. The doctor is in. Oh, Man of Steel, you are so easily fooled. A few solilograms of those twerp titans to keep you occupied, while I slip right under your super nose wearing the holographic disguise of a Star Lab technician, and use your own Kryptonian processor to conduct myself in photonic form to your secret but unguarded fortress. And now all your alien secrets are mine to play with. Your technology, your weapons. Which one first, I wonder? What shall I unleash to begin my vengeance against the JLA? So much payback. I don't like surprises. I don't like being wrong. And I don't like Clark being right. Batman. Here and Batman? Batman? Here? Why did you have to be him? Dr. Light, and psychotic and lethal. He's made his vendetta against the Justice League personal. Chaff grenades. Each one contains millions of reflective filaments designed to deflect and baffle lasers. And as the beams refract harmlessly, something to keep him distracted. Huh? concussive bombs. Ah! My head ringing. Where are you? I have to I need a really effective weapon to level this playing field and fast. Accessing the fortresses linked to the orbiter. Initiating dark matter transfer. Engage. What is this? Dark matter? Dark matter? Where's it coming from? Hello? Hello? Dr. Light. Huh? Dr. Light's powers are useless if there's no light to manipulate. Where are you? Where are you? Right here. Yeah! The orbiter.
Cool.
They're too fast. I can't grab any more of the projectors to disable them. Destroy. I need a bigger stick. Perfect. Ripped out. The real Titans would be very embarrassed by you. Destroy. Now use the crystal as a prism to intensify my heat vision. Evaporated, and nothing left but the projectors. Once light was down, I siphoned all the dark matter back into that storage crystal. And Light himself, strangest thing, he's vanished. I have a feeling he's in the crystal too, pulled inside in its photonic form, along with the other energy. I'm sorry the experiment failed. I blame Light's sabotage. We'll try a new approach. Maybe leave Kryptonian tech out of the equation next time. Agreed. Anyway, thanks for keeping an eye in place for me. Hope it wasn't too torturous. You keep it too bright. You think that will hold him? First, we'll have to make sure that is where he is, And is. You know why? I know. You hate surprises. Ugh! What? Who? You rescued me. You pulled me out of that awful darkness. Who are you? What do you want from me? That, Doctor, is the real question, which leads into Dwayne McDuffie's run of the Justice League.
Okay.
So,
I guess
what
I
did
can
you think of
imagine
all
he's.
those?
Dude, those are great. The last one, it kind of left me wanting a little more. I'm not even
But
going to
it
talk
had to
smack
be as a
about
done
that.
and one a felon issue.
Right. It did leave you like, oh, but I guess, once I would continue on with the story, I'd kind of understand where that was going.
Yep,
But
but the other one, Torment.
Torment was probably my favorite one we've done so far, other than the original, the first arc we did. This one was great, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Hey, what do you expect? Burnett had some experience with the two.
Yeah, and
I
you know
just
what?
feel.
Oh, you're good. My favorite part was when you were reading through the flashback that she was telling him the story of how he lost his power and what was going on with
And how it
Darkseid.
just tied into everything Loeb had done.
Yeah, it was great. Like I kind of went into flashback mode with you and just let you tell that story, and it was fantastic.
Now, I gotta say though, the Becca stuff was way too heavy-handed.
It was, but
That annoyed me. That annoyed me. It just felt way too much of the focus.
yeah, and it did bring it to an adult level though. It did make it to
Oh no,
where
it
you can
did.
you can tell it
But
wasn't written for kids.
oh no, I agree with that. Especially when you have Batman actually say sex
Yes, he
or
actually said.
consummation. But at the same time, though, in the end, it didn't amount to anything.
Well, kinda. It gave Bruce
But at the end, she went
a
back
good
to
once
Orion, and
over.
yes, but she went back to Orion and then died. But even then, she knew Orion was her love. All Batman did was because she felt that same strength because of her nature and because he was so much like Orion.
Hmm.
To be fair,
Well, if
she didn't love him. She didn't love
if
him. It was
if you try to remember though, Wonder Woman was slightly attracted to Bruce Wayne and Batman for the same reason. She could sense his broken heart, and you know how Wonder Woman is. She wants to
but
heal
that's
people too.
which Burnett worked on that stuff, so of course he would kind of have a similar saying. But I really like that.
Exactly.
I like Superman's hallucination. I mean, the
Yeah,
with all the people in his life coming towards him.
and it just slowly getting ridiculous as he was coming to consciousness,
Yeah,
and as
with
his consciousness
Highfather.
was getting healed, it was breaking apart and starting to make less sense.
My favorite though had to be Decide. Throughout all this, it was Decide. This is the
Yes,
most.
like
This is the most we ever
sorry.
forgot about Decide.
Yeah, and you get to see how sniveling he really is. You know what I mean? Like he is a worm, and it's pretty cool how they did that.
Exactly, and again, seeing Darkseid at his lowest.
Yep, that's I don't know, man. I'm telling you, this might be my favorite arc that we've gone over so far.
And
It
there might be
was
others when we get to it.
sure. That's why I said so far. But yes,
Yep.
man, these ones are 9.9 so far for me. That's the highest
Mm.
rating I've given. So
Well, next one it'll be and the next episode will be the start of what ends up being the last ongoing multiple story arc by the same creative team.
Okay, cool.
But as we get into Michael Green and eventually Mike Johnson shows up as well, and I'll double check by the time we start that what those guys have also worked on. But I think those are the Smallville creators.
It sounds familiar. I did watch Smallville, so that sounds familiar.
So, and it's also Shane Davis does the first arc.
Oh yes, yes.
So we'll see you all on the next one. Take care. Wait! Before we do that, I just realized the artwork.
Yes.
We didn't talk about the artwork.
We didn't talk about the art. Well, honestly, it complemented the story so good. It just kind of I accepted it for what it was. Like I don't know. Like,
and what about McCone's artwork in the one shot?
That one, it felt a little more old school. It kind of like it was going back to Public Enemies a little bit. You know, like it was a throwback to that. But the original arc that we just went over,
actually, I would compare it more
Torment.
to
I loved. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say I compare it more to Pacheco's artwork.
Yeah, okay, I can see that too.
From the third story arc, it's closer to that one than McGinnis's style.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. As a matter of fact, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. It kind of felt like a throwback. It's just the Torment artwork was. It was beautiful,
it's phenomenal.
And it complemented the story so well that it just I don't know. I couldn't imagine it being any other way than it was given to me.
Dustin Le Guin's also known for doing Lil Gotham.
Oh, okay.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't read through it, but I've heard of it and seen some things about it.
Yeah, he's been the writer and artist on that. But okay, now we'll say it. And I'll say it. We'll see you all in the next one, guys. Take care.
Bye, guys.